I'm not very good at sleeping. Like, I can get to sleep easily and I can nap. I'm not very good at sleeping all the way through the night. It's very rare that I get even 7 hours of sleep in a night, and often I'm waking up feeling very tired. When I do manage to get a good night's sleep though, I feel amazing. I achieve more, I eat better, just get more work done, I'm more likely to do exercise. It's just a great feeling and I want that more. So I thought I would spend 30 days trying to improve my sleep and taking on all the advice that you get, combining it together and see if I can become an awesome sleeping machine. Like all good pretender scientists on the internet, I need a way of measuring my results, and for that, I'm going to use my Garmin watch. You see, every day, my watch analyses my sleep and gives me a score out of 100. So it's not just looking at the length of the sleep, but also the quality of it as well. Over the last 30 days, my average sleep score has been 64 out of 100, which, to be honest, is not great. So let's see if by taking on all this advice and actively trying to improve my sleep, I can get that better. During the 30 days, I'm going to test different techniques to try and improve my sleep based on research I've done or things I've seen advised by experts. However, to start off, we're going to have 3 basic rules that will keep us going for the first half of the experiment. This is a really common bit of advice and something that I've tried before, but not really consistently. I tend to bring my phone into the bedroom most evenings. I'll watch a bit of TV on it before I go to sleep, and I never really have trouble getting to sleep, but I do wonder if it gets my brain a bit so wide that I can't sleep later on. I'm not sure. The advice is generally not to have your phone in the bedroom, have it downstairs. So I'm going to do that, and instead I'm going to read before bed, which I think will be a lot more relaxing, and I'll hopefully finally get through Norwegian Wood. I've been reading for about 2 months. Sleep experts say you should leave at least 2 hours between your last meal and going to bed, because you don't want to be digesting your food while you're in there. So I'm going to try and eat earlier and leave that little 2-hour window every single day. That's not a bad thing, to be honest, because a lot of the time the bad food I eat is kind of like evening snacking anyway. So hopefully with this I'll sleep better and also have the added benefit of being less physically disgusting. I love drinking coffee. It helps to wake me up, it makes me feel good in the morning, and I think generally the health advice is that it's good, but it does affect me. I notice if I've had caffeine in the afternoon that I don't sleep as well that evening. So I'm going to limit my coffee to before midday. Now I kind of do this anyway, so it's not going to be a massive difference for me. I'm going to be strict to it, try not to mess up. So those are the 3 rules. We'll keep with those for the first half of the experiment, then add a few other things. Let's get going. Good night. Now you can try all the sleep techniques you want, but you're not going to get a good night's sleep unless you've got a good mattress, and that's why I use Emma's Sleep. We've been using Emma's Sleep mattresses in the Knox family for years now, and most of our beds have got them on. When we were first shopping for mattresses, the things that attracted us to Emma's Sleep was the 200-day trial, meaning that we could try the mattress in our home, and if we weren't happy for any reason, send it back for a full refund. Since then, we've added mattresses in as well as our room, the kids' room, and even in the guest room, because guests deserve a good sleep too. Emma offer 0% finance and a 10-year guarantee, and it's not just mattresses they do beds and also accessories, like this weighted blanket I'm going to be testing later in the video. God, it's heavy. There's never been a better time to try out an Emma Sleep mattress, because Emma has a Black Friday sale on with up to 65% off. But if you use this code of mine, you're going to get an extra 5% off too, as a special little treat. So click the link in the description and start sleeping better. Now let's get the results to this experiment. 3 days in and my sleep plans are getting a bit of trouble now, because as you can see here, so I've got some makeup on. I've been doing Happy Hour Halloween special. I was Wednesday Addams, but it is now, check the time, I can't do this on my watch, it's 10 past 11. We're not going to be leaving here for another half hour or 20 minutes or so, so say half 11, it's at least a 2-hour drive back. Half 12, half 1, I'm not going to get into bed till half 1, 2, so I
Can't see me getting a great sleep score tomorrow, but it's kind of been out of my hands. It's quite annoying. Quite a good run. Oh well. Don't look pretty. It's morning now. Didn't get to bed till after 2. The phone has given me a 62 sleep score, which I'll take. Could have been worse. Didn't wake up till 7 something, so that's pretty good for me. I think even though it's just noise of people awake in the house, but yeah, decent. But I think hopefully I'll get a really good sleep tonight. Catch up on that. Maybe even hit the 80s. Back to great sleep last night. Got 88. That's pretty much as high as I've ever got, I think. So never broken the 90s, I don't think. But we keep going. I think we're gonna. It's going well.
It's Thursday morning and I've had the worst sleep I think I've had since I started this program. Woke up about 3:30. I got up about half an hour later on. I got 65 as my score, which isn't amazing. I'm trying to think what I did differently today. I mean, yesterday I had 2 pints of beer at lunchtime with a friend. I'd have thought I'd be out my system by then. I don't know. Probably had slightly more coffee in the morning, but again early doors. It was unlucky. Maybe I just didn't. I played a computer game before bed, so I don't know. I'm not sure. We'll just put it down to a blip for now and see how it goes.
Friday morning, disastrous sleep score of 39. There's no mystery why. I went to see band Hardfire, who I know from when I used to work at Soccer AM years ago, and just had a few drinks there. Got to bed late. Was never going to sleep well. So, no mystery. I've only let myself down. Anyway, we go again. Great sleep last night, got an 86, which is terrific. One of the best weeks I've had, apart from the 2 days. It hasn't gone well, but those 2 days were days I had alcohol. So I'm DJing in a nightclub tonight. So I'm going to get late to bed, but on the waters. So that should help my sleep as much as I can, considering I'm not going to get to bed till 3. Decent sleep, considering a 67. Not a long sleep, but good quality, according to the app. Hotel, didn't get to bed till like 4 a.m. Well, 3:30 maybe. Get sleep. So, considering, I'll take that. Now we're up at in-laws. Bev's mum up in near Blackpool and Cleveland's, and because of the way Bears work out, I'm going to stay up here with the kids. There's one of them.
So we're halfway through the experiment, 15 days in, and my sleep has definitely improved. I'll be totally honest, I didn't think this would make any difference. I thought I'd do it as an experiment. I've tried to improve my sleep before, but it's definitely getting better. I got a 90 one day this week. I've never had a 90 before. That's my best score yet. What used to be quite rare, I got scores in the 80s, and I've had quite a few of those as well. And generally, most of the time, I've slept well. But there have been a few occasions where I've had particularly bad scores that's brought down the average. So let's go and analyse those, because it's not just what time I get to bed. On day 6, my sleep score was 39, but I'd been to see Hardfire the night before. I'd drunk probably about 5 pints and a Moscow Mule. Day 12, I got a 38, but the night before had been the happy hour 5th birthday special where we were drinking. I drank a bottle of wine during the recording of it and got relatively late to bed. Day 14, I got a dreadful 29, but I'd been down to London to Lloyd Griffith's 40th birthday party the night before, drank a bit of lager and got back late to bed. Can you see the common trend? It's alcohol, isn't it? As if to reinforce this further, there was a day I got 67. I'd been DJing at the Lead Mill and I got in late to bed. I probably got in bed about 3:30 or something. Got 5 and a bit hours sleep, but still got a relatively decent score at 67 because I didn't drink. I was on water all night, no alcohol at all. So I think we're going to have a new rule, aren't we? And it's disappointing. Yes, for the last 15 days of this challenge, not a drop of alcohol will pass these lips, and that will be an interesting test to see whether we can improve things further. So we started with 64, it's the sleep score base level for the previous 30 days. It's been a much funnier 69 for these 15 days, and we'll see whether we can improve things by bringing in this rule and a few other bits over the course of the last bit of the experiment. So I didn't have the best score yesterday, got 72, which is below the 80 target for a good sleep. The reason I think being is I accidentally broke one of the rules. I had caffeine in the afternoon without thinking. I ordered a pint of Diet Coke at lunchtime, probably about 12 or something by the time I drank it all. So I think that's probably it. It really does affect me a bit. Also, I had a fair bit going on in my mind. I was just thinking about a few things. I think I need to find a new way of calming my mind before bed when I've got lots of things going on to do. And that's going to bring us on to the next rule. I've done morning journaling quite a bit when I've been in times of stress with a lot of work on. It really helps clear your head. If you think you've got a lot on, once you write it down in paper, it doesn't seem that bad. So from today onwards, we're going to do a little bit of evening journaling just to try and get thoughts out of my head onto paper, and then hopefully have an even better night's sleep. Things are improving in my sleep. My average is better than it was in the first 15 days of it since I stopped drinking for it. I've not really been having the really long mega sleeps that I had in the first section, because I guess I'm less tired because of less fluctuations. So now I'm just trying to fine tune things. I've stopped doing the journaling. I stopped that a couple of days ago because it wasn't helping really. If anything, I think it just put more stuff in my head before I went to bed. I'm a big fan of doing journaling in the morning, but I don't think it really worked for me personally in the evening. Gonna mix it up now, and we've got this. This is something that some people swear by. It's a weighted blanket. Got this one from Emma, cheers for that. The idea is it weighs you down while you're in bed and makes you feel like secure and warm and tight and everything like that. And then hopefully you have a better sleep. I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about it. I get a bit claustrophobic at times, so I don't know whether it's going to be for me. But we'll give it a go for the next couple of nights at least and see how we feel. So this is the weighted blanket. It feels like quite a heavy blanket, I guess. Don't know how I feel about it early on. We'll see how we get on though. We'll see how it affects my sleep, because that's what we're doing this for, isn't it? It's hard to move. Good night. Morning. Weighted blanket first night was a success. Got 78 out of 100, which is better than I've generally been getting of late. It takes a bit of getting used to, I think. I'm used to, if I'm a bit hot, just putting a leg out of the blanket and stuff like that, but you can't really do that with this. And it feels a little bit funny around the neck when you're sort of moving around, but it seems to be all right. We'll try it for another few nights and see how that goes. So the 30 days are up, and what have I learned during my experiment? I went into this thinking I didn't really have any control over my sleep, and that I just was a guy who didn't sleep particularly well, and that was always going to be the case. But my control period score was 64, and in the last 15 days of the experiment I've averaged 73, which is quite a big improvement. So what elements of the experiment worked for me? Well, not having my phone in the bedroom was a pretty big thing. I think having that separation between my daytime life and my nighttime sleepy life was really useful. There were times definitely where I woke up in the night and I might well have previously gone on my phone, but not having it in the room, not being able to do that and having to actually physically get up if I wanted to do something different. I think it helped me get back to sleep. I really enjoyed the reading as well before bed, apart from just getting through books that I wanted to. I did finish Norwegian Wood, thoroughly enjoyed that. Getting on some other ones now. I think it just helps clear my mind by getting out all the work stuff and all that sort of thing, just putting a nice little fiction story in there, which I think has helped me then get off to sleep and sort of sleep better through the night. So I think that's been big. No afternoon caffeine. I know how much that affects me anyway, so that definitely does help. But not drinking was probably the biggest revelation. I obviously knew it wasn't great for my sleep to drink, but I didn't realise quite how big of an impact it had and would have. So doesn't mean I'm never going to drink again, but I'm going to be a lot more selective about when I do, and I'm going to be utilising a lot more low and no alcohol beers as I go forward on my trips out and about. Things that didn't really work for me, the journaling was sort of counterproductive. I think it, if anything, it put more stuff into my head, and I don't really think I'm a weighted blanket guy. It just didn't. I should really like the feel of it. I've got some friends who swear by them though and love them, so maybe that's something that you might like, but for me personally, not for me. So in conclusion, I'm going to keep working at my sleep. I think for me, my issue is stuff going on in my head, too many thoughts, if you will, not in a dark, weird way, but just too much going on. So I think I'm going to work at trying to increase that separation from day and night. Maybe meditation, might give that a go and see if that helps. But the biggest thing I've learned from all this is that it is within my control and I can make incremental improvements, and hopefully will be a much better sleeper going forward and achieve more. And I'll have more productive times and just feel better, because I think sleep affects everything else in your life. I'm going to keep ploughing on. Thanks for watching. We're entering a golden age of Robbie Knox videos with a lot planned for December, so get ready. Thanks also to Emma for sponsoring the video. Great Black Friday deal. Get it down there. Help support the channel. Cheers. Goodbye. Good night.